So there's mushrooms, there's cream, there's all these beautiful aromas, there's porcini powder. Welcome to Dre's take on, it's just the thought of it, I can't wait. Welcome to Dre's take of beef stroganoff with green beans. So this is a Dupe meal. Stay tuned, let's cook together, and let's just make this, shall we? Because it's gonna be absolutely delicious. So join me in the kitchen, and let's get started. All right, so let's get started. First thing we need to do is we're gonna brown our meat. So these are thinly cut, probably about a 1/4 of an inch ribeye steaks. So I sliced them, I patted them dry. So we're gonna add a little bit of white pepper. We're just gonna season that liberally with some salt and white pepper. Again, we'll adjust seasoning as we get to the end of the dish. But we're just gonna liberally put some salt and pepper on here. To my pan, I'm gonna put some clarified butter. So clarified butter is just, we're removing all the milk solids, or as much of them as we can. I just did this not too long ago, and that's enough. About 1 heaping tablespoon we'll use. That'll completely dissolve, and the reason I use that is because it gives a high smoke point. So I want to brown my meat, and if you use regular butter, you run the risk of burning it. There we go. That's, and the smell and aroma of clarified butter, y'all. So go ahead and put your ribeye in here. As you can see, I put them into little strips. You can use thicker cuts of ribeye, and you cook it to your internal temperature that you like. I love mine medium rare. However, I live with someone who likes his to be a hockey puck. So yes, do it in batches. In my case, there's not a lot in here, so I'm gonna put it all in. And let's give this a good browning. Fantastic. For me, this will take about a good, I'll say minute and a half per side, and then I'm gonna remove it from the heat, because it's going to continue to cook when we add it back to the sauce. Look at that beautiful color. When it releases easily, it's ready to be flipped. And we're not cooking this all the way through, remember that. Now we've removed the meat from the pan. As you can see, you have beautiful browning in here. You want this. That is flavor. So I'm going to put the meat to the side, and we're going to get started. I'm going to add a little, just much more clarified butter, because the next part is we're going to start browning our gorgeous mushrooms. So I took regular baby Bella mushrooms, and we just sliced them as such. Nothing fancy. I took the base out and then I just sliced them. So now let's heat up our pan once again. Make sure it's nice and hot. As you can see, it's bubbling. We'll probably start adding it in. Gonna brown these up. This is gonna take a good, probably about 5 minutes. And then we'll add our shallots. So what I did is I took 3 shallots, I thinly sliced them. If you don't have shallots, you can use a white onion. If you want a little contrasting color, you can use a red onion. We're not looking for perfection, we're looking for just simple slices that are gonna complement these gorgeous mushrooms. So to this, I have our shallots. Look at how beautiful. Nice little matchsticks, just in strips. Let's throw all that in. I did slice up 3 cloves of garlic, just little slivers. I love the flavor that it gives. Let's mix this all together. Look at how pretty this is. Isn't this beautiful? There we are. Gorgeous. We're gonna let this cook for about another 3 to 4 minutes, and then we'll deglaze with our cognac. So we're gonna go ahead and add our cognac. Now, if you're cooking this over an open flame, I need you to, my recommendation if you're using cognac is to remove this off the heat or off your flame and then add your cognac. Putting in about 1/3 of a cup, but since I'm using induction, I went ahead and left it on. And then you're gonna deglaze. Take the bottom of your spoon or spatula, whatever you're using, and scrape off all of those delicious little bits that are on the bottom, because that is all flavor. Make sure you have everything. There we are. Let that completely reduce, and you're gonna be left with this beautiful, beautiful flavor. I'm gonna add 1 cup of beef stock. I have 2 cups here. It depends. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. I'm gonna put 1 cup in. Okay, I lied. 2 cups it is. And now we're gonna let this simmer and reduce by half. So that means I want half of this to evaporate before we proceed with the additional ingredients. So we have officially reduced by half. There's about 1 cup of liquid in here. If you want, you can give it another couple of minutes. This would be a really good time to go ahead and taste exactly where you are. Do you need to add a little more salt? Do you need to add a little more white pepper? Find out what your flavor profiles are. So I'm gonna go ahead and taste this. Wow, that's divine. So as this continues, let's start building upon the flavors of what's gonna go in here. So we're gonna put in some fresh Dijon mustard. I'm gonna say about a good teaspoon's worth. I think it just gives that beautiful bite, a nice acidity. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw that. We're going to add a little bit of our smoked paprika, probably about 1/4 teaspoon. I love the flavor that it gives. It also provides a little additional depth of color. I do have some creme fraiche left. If you have sour cream, let's go with sour cream. But I'm going to show you a little hack. So I thought I had more creme fraiche than what I physically have. But what I do have is Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt to me has this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous flavor profile. It is absolutely dynamite. So the Greek yogurt is delish, and it'll give you that it just works. Trust me. If you haven't tried this little hack, it is so worth it. Into the pot that goes. Let's just stir that with the same spoon. And as you can see, once I had the heavy cream, then it's going to start to look like that gorgeous sauce that we've all come to love when it comes to stroganoff. So to this, we're going to add probably about 1.5 cups of heavy cream. And this is the color that we've all come to love when it comes to stroganoff. So now, let's bring this to a boil. We're going to reduce it down a little bit. Just a little bit, because as it reduces, it will naturally thicken up. You can add arrowroot powder if you have it. That will help you create a beautiful little thicker sauce. I don't think we're going to need it. We're going to let this come to a simmer and just pretty much stay here for about 3 or 4 minutes. And then we'll be ready to put our meat back in and bring this to a close. Now I have a little porcini powder here. So porcini powder is gonna accentuate our beautiful mushrooms. If you've never had a porcini mushroom, it is absolutely woodsy. The aroma is intoxicating, personally speaking. So let's just go ahead and mix that all in. Now I've made enough for multiple servings. So the beautiful thing about this is that you can use this and portion so you have meals for a couple times during the week. In a few minutes, we'll put our meat back in, and guess what? It'll be time to put this all together. I'm gonna go ahead and put the meat back in with all the juices that are collected on the bottom. Just put those in there. You're pretty much just heating your meat back up again. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of fresh parsley. We'll have a little more for garnish. The freshness will just elevate your dish a little bit. I'm gonna turn the heat off. This is done now. I'm gonna cover this, put this to the side, and let's make our green beans. Doesn't that look just gorgeous? So we're gonna make our green beans a little different. I went ahead, these are French green beans. I trimmed off their little ends. So I'm gonna air fry these. So listen to how we're gonna do these. First of all, I'm gonna add a little extra virgin olive oil. Not too much, just enough to coat everything. Probably about a tablespoon. Let's add in some salt, some pepper. A little bit of salt, that's enough for the entire lot. A little bit of black pepper. Now there's a couple of ways that you can do this. Then I'm just gonna use my trusty hands, the best tools in the kitchen. Make sure everything is liberally coated. We're gonna put the air fryer on at 400 degrees. So I have a toaster oven that is also an air fryer, dehydrator, all those beautiful things. I have trusty sheet tray that it comes with. I cleaned it off. We're gonna put our green beans down. There's just enough here. There we go. Put these in your air fryer and make sure it comes to temperature, 400 degrees for 6 minutes. Then you're gonna take your tongs and just turn them around, put them in for another 6 minutes at the 400 degrees in your air fryer, and prepare for the most dynamic and dynamite green beans you're ever gonna have. So I took these out of the air fryer. This is the 6-minute check. So I'm just gonna stir them a little bit. And I want you to see, they're starting to become a little more pliable. Like you can move them, they're still a little crunchy. Another 6 minutes and they're going to be absolutely perfect. So back in, 6 more minutes, and then we'll put this entire meal together. The moment has finally arrived. Take a look at how gorgeous this looks. Beef stroganoff with air fried green beans, y'all. Air fried. So now let's take a taste. I'm gonna use my fingers, they're clean. Look at these green beans. They still have that beautiful crunch. Let's take a piece of the stroganoff. I'm gonna create the perfect little bite with onion and mushrooms, and oh my goodness, I wish y'all could smell this. It smells so, so good. Look at this, the perfect bite. Oh. So, super simple to make, not hard at all. So let's break down the numbers really fast. The original meal is $11.99 before shipping and tax. Combined, I made enough for 2 to 3 servings, depending on how hungry you are. So my breakdown, it came out to $12.50 to create this. Oh my goodness, I'm still savoring the flavors. It's so good. So $12.50, and that'll give you 2, 2.5, maybe 3 servings, depending on how many vegetables you want, what you don't want. So the cost per meal is $6.25. I buy all of my ingredients at my local Walmart. If you're in the Orlando area, I go to Seabra Foods, where I buy beautiful, beautiful ribeyes for they still have them for $6.99 a pound. Don't quote me on that, because depending on when you watch this video, it could be much higher. So you can break down a lot of things. Again, eating keto low carb does not have to be expensive. You have to become a savvy shopper and look around. Find where those affordable ingredients are. You can combine them all together and they come out delicious. So I'm gonna go back to eating this. Make sure you follow, like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to get our channel to 1,000 subscribers. We're super excited about it. In the last couple of days, I think we're up to 275. It's a big deal. I'm so grateful for all of you, and I will see you on the next video. Talk to you later. I'm gonna go back and eat.